Hey guys, my name is xOctoManx and today I want to show you the quick and dirty way to create a pause screen. So my scene might be known from the other tutorials I made. What I want to do is I want to create a panel which is sliding down and holding all the pause information, and actually I will pause the game and I want to show you how you can do that pretty quick. Okay, at first you need a canvas system. And so if you don't have this one, just right click UI and create canvas. And what I want is in that canvas, I want a panel. So I'm going to create a panel. And this panel needs to be, it does not need to be the whole screen size, but it's easier to do. Also make sure that the canvas is set to screen space camera. Choose your main camera here. Your plane distance is whatever you like. And also activate the canvas scaler. So use scale with screen size, and depending on if you are using landscape mode or portrait mode, choose match the width or the height of the screen. I'm going to use the width of the screen right now. Okay, so this panel, I'm going to rename this one to pause panel. And this panel will hold all information, or basically, the most important informations. And also this will hold my animation. So you yourself can decide if you want to make anything in the background of that panel. Personally, I like to do it a bit grayish, so the people or the player or whatever know, okay, there is something overlaying and this is going to be paused. You can use anything. Also, you will choose or create another panel with images and stuff where you actually write again inside that this game is a pause screen. But I go and do that in the next steps. Okay, as you can see, my camera is way too close. Otherwise, it wouldn't overlay, as you can see here. So I take it and drag it a bit back. So make sure that your plane distance is set to the right distance, of course, and so the canvas is overlaying your current game scene or whatever you are in. Okay, the next thing is I want to prepare this panel. So what this does is it's going to be stretched, and I also want to set the pivot point to the I think it was not the pivot point, I think it was the anchor. And let's see, that should be the right anchor. Okay, so as you can see, now I have a position X of 0. So in the next step, I want to, nope, not this one. This one. I want to drag the panel to the top, so it clamps to the border of the canvas and the player can't see this one. Later on in that, we want to animate later on that Y position. So this is what I can go afterwards. Okay, in that panel we can work around the whole time. So what I want, again, I go to 2D mode and I want to create another panel which is going to hold all that pause panel stuff. So I create another panel and decrease the size to maybe this. You can also use it an image. It doesn't really matter as long as you just have something where you can orientate your buttons to. Okay, the next one is I want to create some buttons inside of that panel. So UI create button. This is going to be my resume button, maybe. I'm gonna call this one resume button. And also I will, some typos here, not really important. And the text, I want to change this one to resume. Resume, so the player know, okay, this is the resume button, so I can take this one and get back. Also here, change your sprites however you like. Use your own images and all your stuff. Also choose the right colors, whichever fits your needs. So now I press Ctrl D to copy this button and place it on the other side. So this can be maybe the menu button, so you can go back to the menu of your game. And once again, I'm going to copy this. No, at first let me just change the text. I don't know, back to menu. You can call, or yeah, you can name it and choose whatever text you like. You can also just only type in main menu and that's it. So I'm going to another copy, or make another copy, and I don't know, I maybe do an exit game button. Exit button, also changing the text. Exit game. And another button you might want to think about is a restart button. Depending on your game, you might need a restart button, so you can restart the whole level or whatever, and also call this one, or yeah, name this one restart. Okay, so I have all my 4 buttons over here. I know where they are, and also in the panel I want a title, which is just a normal text field. Yeah, choose your fonts and stuff you like. For this tutorial I just take the basic one. I also use best fit, so it will fit my text field depending on how big the size is. And I will call this one paused, not roast, paused. There we go. So the player knows, okay, this is a pause screen. I can, or the pause button, and I'm going to take this and call this one title. Sometimes it's really weird. So, and I'm placing this one. Also, you can place in some sound FX sliders in here and all the other stuff to let the player manipulate everything they could do, like increasing, decreasing game speed, sound FX volume, and so on and so forth. And as I said, this panel will scroll down in the canvas once we said, okay, we pause the game. So what I want to do next is I need actually a button to make this available. So that if I click that button, I can pause the game. So I go into my save load panel. You can take anything or any button stuff you like, and save scene change panel. It doesn't really matter where it is, I think. Let me just take this one. What's in there? It doesn't really matter. I copy this by again Control D and place a button over there. And I call this one pause game or pause button. For this pause button, and in the text field I want to go and write in pause game. If it's not fitting, just increase the size like this. I'm gonna center it to make it more sexy. And in this pause, if there's something inside, just go over and delete this, because we need just to call stuff later on. Okay, now I need 2 scripts. The first one will be an UI manager. I'm going to call this one like that just because it will be easier for all that UI stuff to handle. Maybe I can also use my another script. I don't know. So I create a new empty game object, create empty, and call this one UI manager. And this will handle all the UI later on. If you have other UIs with the same abilities, then you can just use that UI manager script and place all your stuff inside. Okay, there is a load level script. I'm going to open this one. Basically, I could also use this one. But I want to change animation inside, and also I want to change I want to change the pause stuff inside, and so on and so forth. I'm going to show you this in just a second once MonoDevelop is loading. Okay, I need to pause this and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, I decided not to use load level. I will create just a plain empty game object. Okay, so I go in my scripts folder and create a new folder inside. Where's the folder? There. And I just name this one UI stuff. I don't know. Choose your own naming convention, and I'm going to create a C# script which is going to be my UI underscore manager script. Again, call this one however you like and need, and also open this one up. Sorry for the long loading times. I hope it will be fast through that. Okay, I don't need start, I don't need update, I just need my own functions in here. And yeah, let's look at this. Okay, the first one is I want to make sure that I can disable and enable booleans in the animator. So I write a function which is going to be public, otherwise I can't I can't call this from a button from outside of the script, so it needs to be public, void, and I'll call this one disable bool animator. And this is going to take the animator itself. So a type of animator, and I call this one anim. And in here, I want to set the boolean I'm going to create in just a second. So anim.setBool. So I'm going to set the bool inside of the animator, and this I want to call this one is displayed. So I know, okay, this one is going to be if this is displaying, then it's going to be not displayed. And I need to set this value to false, the boolean to false. Okay, I'm going to copy all of that stuff and create another function which is called enable bool animator, and I'm gonna go and set this one to true in this function. So I can use two buttons, or actually just, yeah, two buttons of course, or also the same buttons, which are doing all this stuff. If you want more to do in that UI manager script, you can also add, I don't need this one right now, what I have done with my load level script. So you can just create a new navigation script. So maybe you want to name take the name navigate to, and then you can just use an integer value of which you name scene, and in that, so you can also use this from a button. So, and then this one we are going to use application dot load level, oops, this one, and in here we're gonna take scene from that integer we are posting or we are sending inside of that. Also, for the UI manager might later on be interesting, public void, and then call this one exit game. So you can easily access this one from outside too, and you only need one script which is handling all the UI stuff. And this is going to be application.exit or quit. Quit should it? It should be quit. That is wrong over here. Like so. Application quit. Like that. And close that. Going to save the script and return to Unity. So in here, I want to prepare my panel to be animated. What I need is an animation component or an animator component, and also the animation window. So also the animator window. So at first, let's take a look at the animator. As you can see, there's nothing inside. And another window is that animation window, and that's what I want. And with that pause panel, which is a big panel, activated, I go here and create a new animator or animation clip, and I go into my assets folder, animations, and this one is going to be slide in panel or pause panel. Name this however you need to, but make sure that you know what this animation part is going to do. So slide in pause panel is pretty decent and I know what's doing. So I'm going to create a new animation clip. Then I activate, if it's not activated already, I activate the record button. And now I push, or yeah, I drag my panel down where it has to be. But the problem is that was wrong. Maybe I can undo this. Okay. I go back up here again. Somehow it's not accurate. I don't know why. Give me just a second to fix all of that. Okay, it seemed to be right. So I did some steps back, but I didn't really make anything. So again, I'm going over and create that animation. I want to, yeah. And now I want to add a property, and I go over in here and choose Rect Transform, Anchored Position, and press a plus on this. This will hold X and Y value. The X value is on the left, the Y value is on the 8. So from this point, I might change that anchor position to this position. This might be better. This is not what I wanted again. Okay, and yeah, that's right. Okay, I delete that one, and delete that keys, and also I go over and delete that keys again. And now you see it's not at the right position, so I go back in here, and now it's snipping, or yeah, it's on the right position. So make sure that the anchor is on the top. And now I go here and drag it down and animate that position. Since I don't change X, I can also go over here and remove that property, so only the Y position is going to move when I play that one. So now you can see it's sliding down in that animation. And over here, basically I could just move this one anywhere I want in the scene, but it's okay for now. So the next thing is I want to take the animator, and as you can see, there's a slide in pause panel 1. I'm going to rename this one slide in pause panel, and the next one is I want to take this panel and copy this and paste this one, and this is what I call slide out pause panel. This is yeah, basically the reversed stuff I'm going to do. So I set the speed not to 1, I set the speed to -1, so it's going to get reversed. And the next thing is I need an idle position, which is on the top of the game, so not visible, it will just stay there. So select the panel again, go to the animation window again, animation, set, click here and create new clip. This is going to be pause panel idle. So the idle position, so it won't move. Select record and just do since this is not the idle position, I need to take it over there, and that's just it. So the idle position needs to be at the top and does not have any other keys. So with that done, I can go back to my animator window, of the panel, of the pause panel, which is here. And there you can see here's pause panel idle. This one is going to be the default state. Set layer as default state, and it will be orange. Now we do circle-wise transitions. Whoops, what's this? No, delete that. Make transitions by right-clicking, make transition, and now we have a circle. In this one, the condition we need to set is we need to create a new parameter for this. So select parameters, select the plus, and we need the boolean. And as you might remember, it's going to be called is displayed. Make sure that you write it as you have written it inside of that. So those needs to be, this needs to be, perfectly written. So without any typos. Okay, so to make this transition work, I want to go, as this only works when is displayed is equal to true. So set this one to true if it's not. If it's false, we just want to set this one to false. And this is going to be, or going to have only exit time. And this is also another important step here. This here does not have any exit time, I think. Yeah. And same here. If it's not right, then I'm going to change this one later on. Okay, and now we go and test this one out. So the game is on, the display is like that, and if I activate by hand this bow, as you can see, it's repeatedly opening. So why is it happening? Because this animation is set to loop. So we go to our animations folder and choose slide in pause panel 1 and do that, uncheck this one, uncheck loop time. Same for I don't really know why there are two of them right now. I make sure that maybe because of my error there. It doesn't really matter. If you have two of them, just go and delete one of them and drag it into, just let me delete this one. Yeah. So slide and pause panel. This is hopefully the right one. As you can see, the motion is slide panel 1, and this is the same. So yeah, I just got and deleted this one. Okay, so this one does not need any loop time, and this one needs loop time. So just leave this one checked. Okay, let's test this one out again. So now when I activate the boolean, this is going to stay. And if I deactivate the boolean, then it's go here and just through exit time it go back to the pause panel. Okay, what I want to do next is I want to make that buttons function. And also I want, use my UI manager and change the game speed because I want to pause the game really. Okay, what I want to do next is, maybe I just move this one over here. I don't need this in screen. Okay, so first I want to take this pause screen and take my UI manager into the on-click one. If you don't have any object inside of here, like so, like this is empty on that pause button, then just select the plus, and over here you can drag in any game object which is inside the screen. And I want to go and use my UI manager in here and choose a function, and at first I just, of course, need to set the script into the UI manager, otherwise I can't use this. So I go into my UI stuff folder and drag in the UI manager script, go back to the pause button, the UI manager is still in there, and now I have the functions of the UI manager script, and inside I have disable bool animator, enable bool animator, exit game, and navigate to. So disable bool animator is not the right one. I want to enable the bool animator, And I now need to take what has or what holds the animator, and yeah, this is a pause panel which is holding the animator. So take the pause panel out of the list and drag it inside, or just press that small point here, and there you will get listed all animator objects or which have any animator thing inside. So let's test this one out. This is going to be in the idle state. When I press pause game, this is going to be overlaid, but nothing else is happening. So I need to make sure that I can activate or deactivate my pause with a resume function, with a resume button. So again, this button activated, go into the on-click events list, drag in the UI manager, choose the function, disable bool animator, and choose the animator of the pause panel. Now you can go back and forth in and out of the pause itself. So now I pause the game, basically, and when I resume, this one slides up again. But the game is not paused. So since we have an animation, we need to set up the animation to make it work properly. And I'm going to use my UI manager script for this. You can also create your own manager script, or just for the pausing stuff, another script. I just use this one, and this will basically pause the game really. So another public function which is called pause game, and in that I just change the time scale. Maybe you already know this one. So I want to set time.timescale to 0. So the time is not increasing anymore until it's going to be 1 again. So I write a new function which is called unpause game, and I set the timescale back to 1. I save the script and can return to Unity. So in here I select my panel, and the most important one is I need to go back inside of the animation again, and I also need the script UI manager added to the pause panel. So if you want to make that time stuff in another or an extra script, then feel free to do so. But basically I need to do this one and take this inside of the pause panel where the animation happens. What I want to do is I want to access the pause game function over here. I want to access it after the animation happens. Otherwise it wouldn't get paused. Basically it would get paused, but the animation wouldn't happen. So take the slider to the end of the animation, and in here select add event. There will be a big list. If you have that small issue over there that the event window is not showing up properly, then just go onto the event with the right mouse button and again select edit event or animation event. In here you can choose a function, and I need to check where in that big long list is my pause and unpause, and as you can see it's all in the end of the list. So what I want to go over is I want to pause the game at that position. I want to call that function which is choosing the time scale and set this one to 0 after that animation ended. And what I also want to do is you can close this one afterwards. You choose everything, and you also can close the menu or that stuff in here. What I also want to do is I want to take that resume button and add another on click, choose again the UI manager in here, and select the function in the UI manager script unpause game. And that should be it. So let's test this one out. We are in the game, And now I pause the game, the animation ends, and after the animation ends you can see I don't get more coins, the coins stopped rotating, and now I press the resume button and everything works again and goes forward as it has to do. And you can do that over and over and over again. So this is mostly everything you need. All the other stuff in here is just use on that restart button. You can just use the navigate to button and load the same scene. If you want to go back to the main menu, then just add the main menu scene in the build settings and use again the navigation the navigation stuff inside which you already have in the UI manager if you have written all of that stuff. So to make this one complete, to restart, just again choose the UI manager from the list over here or just drag it inside, choose the function, navigate to, and then select the right scene, which in my case is build settings, spawning stuff is integer 1, so just enter scene 1 in here. Exiting the game, again just add another on click function, choose UI manager script, and then choose exit game. And last one is back to main menu. Yeah, I don't have any scene I would to take this one or can choose over here. But basically you can take anything inside. Okay, so that's it for a small and fast, hopefully fast enough, pause screen, which you can integrate into any of your projects. Feel free to, again, make it sexy, make it shiny, make it, however you need this one. Use some sweet graphics over there. You can also say I don't want that image component over there. But the cool thing is, if you have that overlaying everything else, the player cannot click any other button if you have that full panel overlay. You maybe can also play and or use the canvas itself and deactivate this one, but I think this one is the fastest way, of course, to do that. And if you want to have this one in more scenes, that pause screen, just make sure that you always take your UI manager within the next scene and then just build up the pause menu, or just make a prefab, which is the easiest way, by just dragging this one inside your prefabs folder, and you can use your pause panel in any game scene you need and you like. I think with that said, everything is done and fully set up for pausing your game. So if you like that video, just don't forget to rate it, comment. If you have any questions about this one, I will answer as good as possible. And if you haven't already, just subscribe to my channel. And if you want to donate for my work and so on and support me with your donation, then feel free to go to my channel page, and in the top right corner there's a donation button for that. Okay, so see you in the next one. Bye bye.